Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm going to be attempting these 3 Wordle variants again today. I say 3, we discovered yesterday that there are actually a couple of extra Wordle variants, so it might be 5. I don't know if those are weekly or daily or one-off or what, so we'll see what happens when we solve this puzzle. But for now, I'm assuming it's somewhere between 3 and 5. What should we try? Crash seems to work. The technique with these, I find, is just to experiment typing in words. And then if you get to the end of the word and find that it's a valid answer, then just go for it. But sometimes it's not always easy to visualise the options for the 5th letter before you've started typing the first few letters. Okay, so we've got the R and the A, so it probably starts with maybe T or G. Let's try T. Trace or trade, it's probably going to be. There we go. Solved it in 4. Again, not my best. Most of them seem to end up in 4 one way or another, to be fair. So the Super Wordle, if you haven't seen it before, is very similar, except it's harder to get yellows. You have to be closer to the exact letter. So for normal Wordle, you have to be within 3, sorry. With this you have to be within 2. So it makes it harder to get a yellow, but once you've got a yellow, you get a lot more information. What word is going to start with a vowel? I was going to do asset, but it can't be an E. Looking at the letters that we've got for the second, it's definitely going to start with an A or an E. Struggling to even find a word that works at the moment. Equip, maybe no, because I can't be an I. Equal, no. Okay, so now it's going to start with an A, because it can't be a B followed by one of these two, surely. Oh, apple or something like that. It could be a double P. I don't think it's going to be an E on the end. In fact, it definitely can't be. K, M or N for the last, which means that that's going to be an O probably. So if it ends O-M or O-K, or O-N, sorry. What are the second and third letters going to be? Apron. There we go. I should have got that quicker, but I told you, all roads lead to 4. Right, so let's finish off with the Super Wordle Plus. So once again, it's harder to get yellows, but once you do, you get a lot more information. I'm hoping that it just all cascades, and as soon as I start to get some things, it all unravels. Oh wow, there we go. I told you it would all unravel. I didn't even believe it myself. Lots of greys and then suddenly a big burst of greens, because once you get close, you've got very few options left. Okay, so didn't all lead to 4 guesses, but it was close. Okay, so the default answer it's set us up with has given us quite a lot of information for this first one, but let's still try 5 different letters to try and get even more information. And then another 5 letters. I expected more than 2 from that. It was a good selection, I thought. S-T-E-R-N. It's the Wheel of Fortune letters. So what have we got? We've got 8 distinct letters so far. How about slump? Just trying different different combinations. Okay. So D-E-A. So we don't know what the third letter is. It could be the A, but it can't be the D or the E. Baked would work. Oh, so it's got a B in it. Badge. No, it can't be badge because it doesn't start with the B. What word are we going to have that doesn't start with the B but does have it somewhere else? D-bag? Oh well, we still haven't got any of them in the right place. Oh, it couldn't have been baked because the A wasn't in the second position from the first word. So it either starts or ends in E. I can't think of a 5-letter word with those 4 letters that starts with E. So let's assume it ends in E, sorry. I can only think of the bode, but we haven't got an E, an O. But the B is almost certainly second. X. I suppose we could have a duplicate letter. Feels unlikely. I feel like I should be able to get this much easier. Oh, I suppose we could have a duplicate S-L-U-M or P. That's something that I hadn't considered. So something like blade, but again we know that the B isn't first. Something L-A. No, so if it's got the L in it, it has to be blade. Or abled. No, because it doesn't end in ED. It doesn't end in DE. So I'm thinking it's the E there. Is it likely to end in BE? So if it does, either it starts with an A or the A is third and the D is second, but neither of those look plausible. Or promising, I should say. So it's more likely that the B is there. Which would mean that the D would be there. Oh, abide. I don't know why I tried abode, but not abide. I feel like I should have got that quicker. I've got no idea what that picture's got to do with an abide slump. It was a pizza yesterday or the other day when the clue was a pizza. I don't know the relevance. If you do know the relevance of that picture, comment below. But yeah, today I'm just going to move on to the fibble because I want to forget that disaster as quickly as I can. Well, disaster is a strong word, I still managed to solve it. I have failed at those in the past, I think. Not very often. Let's try blade for this one, why not? Since it's clearly in my head. Yes, so I feel like it's unlikely that we've got the 2 E's. I suppose it could be something L-E-E something, which would mean that that's a liar. I was thinking sleep, but then we don't have a liar on the second row. So I'm going to try bleep and see what happens. Interesting. So I'm going to assume that the green L is correct, at least to start with, because it's more likely that we've got one liar rather than two. So if that's the liar, everything else in that row is correct, which means that we don't have two E's. So arbitrarily we'll say that one's the liar, which means it's going to be PL something E something. And that other one of those somethings has to be a BA or a D. So I'm going to try applied. Oh, now we've got two yellow L's and two green L's. So I don't know what's going on. Because, okay, so if it's the green L that's lying, then we do have two E's, which means that that would be lying. Which means that we do have a P and an L and two E's. So then that would probably be lying. So let's try leper. Oh. Crikey. Okay. Repel. And now the L is still lying. Oh, I don't know why I thought of leper first. That's slightly frustrating, but solving it in 6 is not too bad. I always struggle with these. I always say I always struggle, but I actually haven't struggled the last couple of days. But yeah, got there in the end. So once again, thank you for watching, and bye for today.